It's really important that you know how to look after your wax pot and how to clean it properly. One of the things that can lead to cross-infection and contamination is when you don't clean your wax pot, and you might go into salons where it does have old wax residue running down it, it's not been cleaned too frequently. So if you can, and it's your own wax pot, look after it, get into the habit of cleaning it at the end of each day or after a client, and remember that there are certain products that are designed to help you make it as easy as possible. The best advice is not to use surgical spirit, because over time it can actually lead to cracks in the plastic. So you'll find that most product suppliers will actually have a wax equipment cleaner, and it tends to be quite an oily chemical that can help you to just really get rid of any of the stickiness, any of the residue. So I'll show you just a few ways just now that you can easily clean your wax pot. So the best time to clean your wax pot is when it's still warm. If you try to clean it when it's cold, then the wax is solid and it just makes everything a lot longer and a lot more tricky to do. So turn it off, make sure that it's not roasting hot, but it's starting to cool down, and this is the best time to get it cleaned. You've got your wax equipment cleaner. This is also brilliant if you do get any wax onto clothing, onto carpets, onto bedding. What you can do is saturate the area that's got the wax droppage on it. It'll break it down, make it a lot easier for you to remove it. Then if it was clothing or a towel, once you've broken it down, you can then wash it as normal. The easiest tip that I ever got told was not to use tissue, not to use cotton wool, because all the fibres just start to break away and they stick to the wax. It can also be the same with cloths as well. The best thing that you can use is the strips that are actually designed to be used with the wax. So either your fabric, your paper, or your bonded fibre are ideal because they're robust, they're designed to work with it, and what you can do is place some of your wax equipment cleaner on them and start to use them to clean the wax pot. So you'll tend to have a lot of wax residue just round the lid. You'll tend to have some possibly coming down the sides if you've had a spillage. And also if it's a chamber that can be removed, it does start to get a little bit sticky round here. So all you're doing is just with the wax equipment cleaner on, is just starting to work over all of this and remove any wax residue and remove the stickiness. If you get into the habit of doing this every time you've waxed or at the end of each working day, then you're going to find that it's much easier to clean, and it's just a matter of minutes rather than spending quite a long time basically doing this. People that don't clean it very regularly sometimes have to spend about half an hour or more just trying to break down build up. So you're just working all the way over it. If it is a little chamber that can be removed, you can actually, because there's still heat in it, very gently remove it, and you can see that you might not be aware that you do actually get wax residue all the way around the chamber. And if you do take it out, remember to put it on a surface that you can easily remove it from, because it will be sticky underneath. You're always surprised that wax does get into the inner chamber here too, so you can very carefully clean this area in here, which is why you need to have your wax pot, the chamber itself, sitting on something that can be easily removed from, because if you had this sitting on a towel or tissue, you can see what could actually happen if it starts to set. You'll have a lot of trouble trying to remove that and clean it. So the advice is work quickly, work with it still warm, and then once you're finished, everything can be put in nice and quickly, ready to use for the next time.